Good evening. My name is Doris Diane Rosario, and I will be doing my presentation on a phenomenological study on factors that motivate faith based educators to teach. The purpose of this phenomenological study is to explore the essence of lived experience of faith based educators, to describe principles and meanings that influence involvement toward motivation to teach at their place of worship. This study aims to examine and understand the realities of four congregants who currently teachers at a faith-based organization. A faith-based educator holds some form of academic degree in education, is also a licensed minister, and has been teaching in the classroom for over 5 years. Faith based educators are approved by the pastor or overseer of the religious organization and follows a yearly predetermined Christian education teaching guide. A faith based educator is a member of a faith based organization and have demonstrated loyalty, commitment, and dedication to the building of the ministry. A faith based educator is a position appointed by the pastor with managing the Christian education department. The church educator's position is a voluntary and no monetary resources are given for the preparation and time and or teaching. The methodology that will be used for this study will be quantitative, and then the design will be a phenomenological study. And it is the study of a person's conscious experience of their life form, their essence of their shared experience. And with phenomenological, the focus is the experience itself and how experience sometimes is transformed or translated into consciousness. Would also like to understand, how does involvement impact faith-based educators' motivation to teach? And what roles does motivation have in improving teaching strategies? There are a couple of themes that I would like to focus on during this presentation. And the number one theme is that a personal relationship with God contribute to the success or start in the field of education. And it was like a commitment, a life commitment to the servitude of God's people and the church within the community. And that's one thing that I noticed when I was doing the interviews and was trying to locate the themes. And it's like the personal relationship with God is what set the foundation of their teaching in a faith-based community. And that was one thing that I really thought was important, because not only was a personal relationship, but how they loved what they did. And the love of teaching contribute to the love that they have for God, or the love that they had for the faith-based community. And it was a commitment. And it was great to hear that the theme was that they felt that the quality of their work is because of their relationship that they have with God and with the faith-based community. And I thought that was awesome, because it talked about the realities of the importance of showing up and being that example. And that was one thing that really was profound. And another theme that I thought was also profound was the education field and the number of the years of education motivated or cultivated the gift. And what I mean about the gift is that the participants felt that teaching was a gift from God. And that gift was something that motivate the continuous of them doing that work for the love of teaching. And I thought that was also found. It was more like a spiritual awakening. The spiritual awakening contribute to being saved, or what I mean by saved or born again is a single factor that motivate them to love to teach. And I thought that was really awesome. And one other theme is they talked about a gift. The participants felt that teaching was a gift from God. And if they will continue their relationship with God, that gift will motivate them to continue doing or pleasing God within their faith-based community. Also, the quality of the work that they did. Because the main focus during the interview or when I was reviewing the data, the main focus was the personal relationship that they had with God. And that personal relationship caused so many different factors that motivated the love to teach. And that motivation came in many ways. The motivation came that they will be allowed to teach every Sunday because they wanted to be pleasing. And what that means is pleasing. That means a word that was often used, pleasing unto God, that they felt that God gave them the strength or the desire to want to serve as a teacher, the desire to want to serve in that capacity, which continue to motivate them to teach, continue to motivate them to cultivate their gift. And what I mean by cultivate the gift is that the gift is cultivated through resources that is available. And one participant talked about the resources that available is like every 3 months that all the faith-based organizations will come together and have service together. And during the time that they are having these service together, that they are resources or development or education development seminars that they can go to that will help them increase their knowledge in teaching, to help them cultivate the gift that God has already given them. And those were some major themes that was really profound and really kind of like built the structure or gave the bottom line to gave an understanding or promoted the character as far as why teaching was so important to them and was a livelihood. In conclusion, the goal was to answer the research questions. And after looking at the data, I think I answered them. Wow, I feel so relieved. How does involvement impact faith-based educators' motivation to teach? And the involvement was their commitment to God. They put their commitment to God as number one, which impacted their involvement because they wanted to be pleasing to Him. And what I mean by that, they wanted to ensure that they are in line with His biblical standards, which motivated or which gave involvement to the purpose of being a faith-based educator. And that involvement also increased the motivation to teach. If I'm more involved, if I'm excited about pleasing God, if I'm excited about the gift that I have been given, I am more apt to be motivated to love what I do, to show up on time, to be there, to be that teacher that often they say that was pleasing unto God. And the second was, what roles does motivation have in improving teaching strategies? The motivation comes back to their life work in pleasing God. That's what their main purpose was. If I can please God in this, if I can show up, if I can show my loyalty and my faithfulness to his biblical teaching, which motivates me to change as far as developing the skills that I need in order to be successful, the developing strategies that's going to improve how I teach and who I teach to. So I think I answered the research questions, but it has been an eye-opening experience. Thank you very much for listening.